There is a prophecy that Zeus never speaks of. Not in the halls of Olympus, not in the temples built in his name, not even to Hera. A secret so dangerous that a speak it aloud would unravel everything he built. And the one being who knew it, the one who could have used it to destroy him, chose to suffer instead. For 30,000 years. Most people know the story of Prometheus as a simple morality tale. A titan steals fire. Zeus punishes him. The end. But that reading strips out the most disturbing layer of what actually happened, and why Zeus's punishment was so disproportionately brutal. Because Zeus wasn't just angry, he was afraid. Prometheus wasn't punished for stealing fire, he was silenced. Before Zeus overthrew his father Kronos, before the Olympians ruled anything at all, there existed a prophecy, delivered by Themis, goddess of divine law, and it stated, simply, that Zeus would one day be overthrown by his own son. The same way Zeus had overthrown Kronos, the same way Kronos had overthrown Uranus before him. A cycle of divine violence stretching back to the beginning of creation, and Zeus was supposed to be next. There was, supposedly, one way to break the cycle. Zeus had to avoid fathering a son with a specific goddess, a sea nymph named Thetis, who the prophecy declared would bear a son greater than his father. Zeus wanted Thetis. He had wanted many. He usually took what he wanted. But this time, something stopped him. He knew. Prometheus had told him. This is where the story fractures. Because Prometheus was not just a titan who cared about humanity. He was the only being alive who knew the full text of the prophecy, the version Themis had whispered into existence before the Olympians existed. And he had carried their knowledge alone, for longer than the gods had been gods. The ancient sources disagree on exactly when Prometheus told Zeus about Thetis, but they agree on this. At some point, the exchange happened. Prometheus gave Zeus information that saved his reign, possibly saved existence itself from another divine civil war. And Zeus's response was to chain him to a mountain and send an eagle to eat his liver every single day for eternity. Here is what the sanitized version of this myth leaves out. Prometheus knew more than just the prophecy about Thetis. Several ancient sources, Aeschylus most directly in Prometheus Bound, suggests that Prometheus possessed a second piece of knowledge, that even beyond Thetis, there existed a sequence of events, a specific path that would lead to Zeus's overthrow regardless, and Prometheus refused to reveal it, not because he didn't know it, because he was using it. In Aeschylus' telling, Zeus sends messenger after messenger to Prometheus, including Hermes himself, demanding the secret. And Prometheus refuses every time. He is not being stubborn. He is playing a game that spans millennia. His suffering is leverage. His silence is a weapon. Think about what this means. The king of the gods, the most powerful being in existence, spent tens of thousands of years terrorizing a prisoner who he could not actually afford to destroy. Because Prometheus dead was a secret lost forever. And Prometheus alive, in agony, every day, was still the only being in creation who could tell Zeus whether he survived. The punishment wasn't cruelty for cruelty's sake. It was control, or the illusion of it. The story, eventually, does end. Heracles kills the eagle, breaks the chains, Prometheus is freed. And in the version told by Pindar and others, Prometheus finally, at that moment, gives Zeus the information he wanted, which raises a question that the myth doesn't answer cleanly. Did Zeus orchestrate Heracles freeing Prometheus? Was the entire 30,000-year arrangement, the chains, the eagle, the centuries of torment, simply Zeus waiting for the right moment to receive information on terms that didn't cost him his throne? Or did Prometheus outlast him? The myth doesn't tell us who won. Maybe that's the point. Zeus rules Olympus. But somewhere in the back of every ancient Greek's mind, in the logic of the myth itself, was an open question. For how long? The prophecy was never truly resolved. It was only delayed. And if you know your Greek mythology, you know that delayed is not the same as cancelled.